الرحيم إن الحمد لله أحمده تعالى واستغفره. أعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن سيدنا محمد عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليك يا رسول الله. My dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is almost gone. 20 days have passed. We only have 10 days left. That's the best 10 days of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ. The Quran was revealed in the night of power. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. What do you know about Laylatul Qadr? One night. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alf shahr. This night is better than 83 years and change. So better than our entire life. One night. The Prophet ﷺ tells us, seek that night in the last 10 days of Ramadan. And he said you will find it in the odd days. 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, 29th. But which night is the odd night? Some brothers fasted on Saturday, so they have their own odd nights. And some fasted on Sunday, so they have their own odd nights. So the odd night for you might be the even night for me, or vice versa. So what he did, 10 days. All what you have to do is take all the 10 days for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when the 10 days come, he said, أَوْقَذَ أَهْلَهُ. He wakes his family, wives. Get up. Fatima, Ali, أوقذ. So they were asleep before. So what they were doing before, they were worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he considered still asleep. So now you need to wake up. So the last 20 days, you made Taraweeh, you read Quran, you made istighfar, you're still asleep. Now we need to wake up just for 10 days. ليلة واحدة من قامها في سبيل الله غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. One night. But you want to seek that night, you don't know which one. So, my dear brothers and sisters, divorce dunya for 10 days. Take a vacation from this agonying life, from this pressure out there. Allah gave us these 10 days as a remedy, as purification, as cleansing of the heart and the mind, as charging our heart and come back to life. This is very, very important. So أوقد أهله, he wakes his people up. وشد مئزره. It's not time to eat anymore. You know, last 10 days, people make sweets and kahk, and they just indulge in food. Prophet ﷺ did totally the opposite. So whatever he was eating, which was little, he tied up his stomach. More tight, so he doesn't eat, doesn't search for food. وأقام ليلة. And the night, stand up to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to recite the Quran, to make istighfar, to make ibtihal. So come brothers and sisters to the masjid and make i'tikaf. And I advise my brothers who come to i'tikaf, don't gather 2-3 guys and talk about what did you buy and what you sold. What's the purpose of coming? If you're going to do that, talk about dunya, you don't have to make i'tikaf. Meet your friend outside in Starbucks or something and just talk about dunya. But if you come to the masjid, sit in the corner by yourself, open the mushaf and read, open a hadith book and learn something new, sit down in a halaqah and read with each other. This is what needed to be done to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger. I'm going to take 2 more minutes to talk about something that I recited in Surah Al-Qasas. Qasas means stories, and it has many stories. Just to show you, if you believe in Allah and you really depend on Him 100%, what does He do to you? And the story starts وأوحينا إلى أم موسى أن أرضعيه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Fir'aun was a tyrant, like the pharaohs that we have nowadays. They're killers. They kill anybody. So Fir'aun, the pharaoh of Egypt, was no exception. And they told him there was a child will be born and he will destroy your kingdom. So, and he's going to be from Bani Israel. So Fir'aun decided to kill every son that will be born from Bani Israel. So every time a woman is pregnant, she get a boy, he'll send his troops, he'll cut his head off. End of the story. Well, the people around the Pharaoh said, Pharaoh, you're crazy. If you keep doing that, in a few years, I'm not going to have more slaves. So he said, okay, I will kill 1 year and I'll save the next year. So in the year that was saving, Harun was born. The following year, Musa was born. So now Musa's mother gave birth and she knows he's going to kill him. So listen to Allah. And she was a believer. Sisters, she was a believer, true believers. He said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِيهِ. So she gave birth to him, and women will understand that more than men. How dear that child to you once you have him in your arm and you're nursing him. He's more beloved to your heart more than any husband or father, just that child. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanding you, He said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِيهِ. Feed him, nurse him. فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ. When you are fearful for his life, because the Pharaoh will take it, he said, hide him, send him to America, send him somewhere else. He said, no. He says, فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ فَأَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Throw him in a box. In another verse, فَأَلْقِيهِ فِي التَّابُوتِ فَاقْذِفِيهِ فِي التَّابُوتِ فَاقْذِفِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. اقذفيه means just, throw him. Now imagine a little infant and you put him in a box and you threw him in the Nile. And the Nile was a wild river at that time. That's what Allah commanded her to do. Then a woman said, no, I'm not going to do that. This is crazy. But you see, this would come faith and iman and belief. Because we are ordered in the Quran, do this and don't do that. I said, the Quran doesn't know what he's talking about. So, Musa said, فَإِذَا خِفْتَ عَلَيْهِ فَأَرْضِعِيهِ ثُمَّ أَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. فَأَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. And he said, وَلَا تَخَافِي وَلَا تَحْزَنِي. So imagine a woman taking her child, threw him in the river, she doesn't know where that river will take him. And he said, don't be fearful and don't be sad. If a woman loses a child, what happened? She'll probably be sad the rest of her life. But Allah said to her, don't be sad and don't be fearful. And Allah promised her, إِنَّا رَدُّوهِ إِلَيْكِ وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. We're going to bring him back to you. Now who picks him up? Not a farmer, some other country. The enemy, the killer, picks him up. His wife picks him up. But you see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah plans life. We don't plan it, Allah does. He put the love of Musa in the heart of the Pharaoh's wife. لا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه. Don't kill him, we might take him as a son. So she took him as a son. Now, Musa's mother was a slave woman, and she lived in a poor area in Egypt. And Musa, if he grew up to be there, would be a very, very poor man. He'd be a son of a slave, he'd be a slave as well. But here, the queen of Egypt picked him up and become the son of hers, and she raises him as her son. Best living, best training, best of everything. Who does that? Allah, because He said, I'll promise you. And then وَأَصْبَحَ فُؤَادُ أُمِّ مُوسَى فَارِغًا. Her heart, she lost the child. She was so, her heart is empty, like you pulled out her heart. إِن كَادَتْ لَتُبْدِي بِهِ. almost went to the Pharaoh, it's my son, but he would kill him. لولا أن ربطنا على قلوبها لتكون من المؤمنين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, once He knows you're faithful and you're a believer, Allah will strengthen your iman. وقالت لأخته قصي. She told his sister, follow him. وحرمنا عليه المراضع. Allah is this child, an infant, and the Pharaoh brought, women to nurse him. He would not drink from any of them. He would not nurse from any of them. One after another after another. The baby's crying, no food. They didn't have formula at the time. They have giants, none of that. So it has to be either an animal milk or a woman just had a baby. And Musa refused. Who made him do that at infancy? Your Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then she stood and she said, I can tell you about maybe somebody, maybe, because she was still nursing. Who? Harun. The woman nursed for 30 months. So Harun was only a year old. She was still nursing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَرَدَدْنَاهُ إِلَىٰ أُمِّهِ. Allah brought him back. He said, إِنَّا رَدُّهُ إِلَيْكَ. We're going to bring him back to you. So now after a few days or weeks, he brings his mother. Now, the mother doesn't nurse him in her slave home, but she goes to the king's house, sit with the queen, which she will never dream of, even to see her. It's like one of you dream to shake the hand of the Queen of England. What's the odds for that? Very limited, right? But here that woman goes to the queen, they give her a room, and she sit down and feed her to nurse their son. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَرَدَدْنَاهُ إِلَىٰ أُمِّهِ كَيْ تَقَرَّ عَيْنُهَا وَلَا تَحْزَنْ. So she be so happy and she doesn't become sad. This is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my dear brothers, the point of the story, stick with Allah and Allah will make your life beautiful. It might not appear in the beginning, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will make it so nice and beautiful. But we have to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So encourage your family to come to the masjid. If you can spend the whole day, i'tikaf not the whole 10 days, but if you can, at least come from Maghrib till Fajr. Night. Laylatul Qadr. So you can catch the Layla. So you come a few minutes before Maghrib comes in, and you leave right after Fajr. That will make the night for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasting and our prayers. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us hit Laylatul Qadr. And Allah forgive our sins. Allahumma ameen.